Hey, welcome to another yoga class, the third yogi. I appreciate you for joining. Let's get started here. This is going to be a quick 10-minute yoga flow. Great for in the morning, great for in the afternoon, maybe a quick lunch break before lunch or evening before bed. So get something comfortable. Let's get started here. Like I said, it'll be a quick one. We'll start in child's pose. So bring your knees to the outside edges of the mat. Place the toes together if you can. If you need to be up a little bit higher, feel free to place a block underneath. That is completely fine as well. But sink back into the hips, drop your sitting bone down toward the heels, reach both arms forward to the top of your mat. Place the head down onto the mat as well. And just take a few breaths here. Just start to get acclimated into the space. Breathing in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And again, breathe in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. One more big breath in and breath out. See if you can sink your hips just a tad bit more towards the heels, the sitting bones down toward the heels. Maybe press down into the palms of the hand to sink lower. And always listen to the body. If you can't go any further, don't. No reason to force it. Let's take one more breath in. Inhale. Exhale, let it out. And slowly start to make your way up to all fours. And take a couple cat cows here. You can relax the feet down onto the mat. Inhale, drop the belly towards the mat. Look up to the sky. Cow. Exhale, press away from the mat to cat. And again, inhale, look up. Drop the belly down. And exhale, press away from the mat. Last one here, just a quick cat cow. Inhale, look up. Breathe in. Exhale, press away from the mat. Good. Exhale. And downward facing dog, pressing down through the hands, shooting the hips high and back. Feel free to pedal out your feet, bending the knees right to left, left to right, taking any movements you may need. This is the first downward facing dog here of the quick practice that we have today. Point your gaze toward the middle of the feet, reaching the heels down toward your mat. Breath in, exhale, and take a peek between the hands. Bend the knees. Slowly walk forward to the top of the mat. Keep a slight bend in the knees. Grab both elbows with your hands for ragdoll position. Relax the head toward the mat. Keep that bend in the knees. No reason to target the back of the legs this early on. It's just going to be a quick one. Find the breath. Relax the tension in the neck. Moving the head, yes or no. Good. Breath in. Exhale, let it out. And slowly curl the spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up to extended mountain pose. Reach both arms up to the sky. Inhale. Stay here through the exhale. One more breath. Breathe in. And exhale. Fold forward all the way down. Halfway lift. Breath in. Step your right foot back to a runner's lunge. Finding the breath. Keep pressing down through the hands. You can always come up to the fingertips if you need to. Keep reaching your right heel back behind you. Breath in. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Good. Take a peek between the hands. Step your left foot towards the top of the mat. Same thing here. Find the breath. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Last breath here. Breathe in. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Come back up to downward facing dog. Breath in and bend the knees again here. Breathe as you move. Exhale. Good. With your right leg, reach your right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Three-legged dog. Bend your right knee and just open up with the hip, kind of stacking your right hip on top of your left hip. Good. Back to three-legged dog. Lower the leg. Inhale. And breathing out. Good. Left side. Inhale. Reach the left leg up to the sky. Bending the left knee. Stack it over the right hip. Same thing here. Three-legged dog, but opening up through the hip. Good. Lower that left leg. 2 breaths. 1 more breath here. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. Exhale. Come up to the tippy toes. Bend the knees and walk towards the top of your mat. Halfway lift. And fold forward. Standing mountain pose. Reach all the way up. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Breath in. And walk both feet back to high plank. Come down to the knees. All the way down. Lower the chest. Upward facing dog. Breath in. Downward facing dog. Breath out. Find the breath. Breathing in. And exhale, lower both knees down to the mat. Bring your knees and your thighs together. I'm going to come into a child's pose variation here. So reach both arms behind you. Lower down to the head. And collapse into the body. Kind of making a small ball here. And just find the breath. Listening to the body, taking note of where the breath goes in different poses. Good, and slowly coming back up to all fours. Pop up to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky and half pigeon right side. Reach your right knee to the right wrist. And if you're standing on both hands in half pigeon here, that's completely fine. You can stay here. If you want a little bit more sensation in the hips, outer thigh, come down to the forearms. And if you could come all the way down, great. But just a few breaths here in this half pigeon on the right side. Find the breath. And come back up. Lift up on that back foot. Reach your right leg back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, breathing out. Reach that left leg up to the sky. Let's go to half pigeon left side. Step your left foot to the top of the mat, top of the left wrist, sorry. Slowly come on down to a comfortable spot for you. Taking note of the different sensations with the different sides of the body. Find the breath. Just a few more breaths here. And half pigeon left side, really work the breath down into the outer hip. And then exhale. Coming back up to your hands. And instead of coming back to downward facing dog, just swing on around, bring the right leg in front. Extend both legs out in front of you. And it's just a seated forward fold here. Reach both arms up. Inhale, exhale, grab the toes, or you can place the hands down by your sides. Fold into it here. Find the breath. Good, and inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to release. Slowly come down onto the back. Slowly squeezing the knees into the chest. Keep pressing down through the low back. Find the breath. And again, this was just a quick morning, afternoon, or evening yoga body movement, just so that you can find the breath, bring a little bit more awareness into the body, and slowly start to extend both legs out in front of you for Shavasana. Just taking a moment to steady the breath, feeling the body against the mat. Relax the tension in the face, the jaw, middle of the eyebrows, middle of the eyes. I want to thank you for joining today once again. Feel free to come back to this practice if you're short on time, or if you just want to create a more consistent yoga practice. No reason to bite off more than you can chew. This quick yoga flow is a building block for what is to come. Feel free to stay laying here in Shavasana a little bit longer or have some things to do. Appreciate you for stopping by. Have a lovely rest of your day, evening, or night here. We'll see you soon.